So Microsoft had their very own AI event today. It wasn't live streamed to the public for some reason, but the folks that were actually there, the press that was there, made quick work of just getting all the information out, so we know everything already. Now, the reason that I am even somewhat excited for these announcements is because we do know that OpenAI and Microsoft work very, very closely together, and it's happened before where Microsoft not only themselves get access to exclusive OpenAI technology, but Microsoft actually end up sharing that technology with us. And it looks like that is what's happening today. If you want an example of this happening in the past, well, DALL-E 3 was actually released in the Microsoft Bing Image Creator web app before it was even in ChatGPT itself. And it was also way less censored in that Microsoft Bing app. So this time, what are we getting an exclusive taste, an exclusive peek at? Well, it actually appears to be some of the multimodal GPT-4o capabilities. If you haven't already, I suggest watching my breakdown on GPT-4o because it is an incredible model, it's very impressive, and it's way more than meets the eye, so I'll link that down below. But GPT-4o with voice and vision capabilities are going to soon be available as an integrated part of Microsoft's CoPilot AI. And this is like an AI assistant that lives on your Windows computer. They had some live demos that we will take a peek at, but they're also teasing GPT-4o integration in Xbox for live in-game advice, which is interesting. Anyways, without further ado, let's actually dive into some of this stuff. So first up, this comes right from a Microsoft employee. This is a nice little video they put together, basically rounding up all of these features for Microsoft Copilot AI with PCs. So I'll show that to you guys now. So right off the bat, lots of really promising features here. You know, they have this NPU, most powerful AI processor thing. A lot of people are suspecting this is more of a marketing gimmick than anything else, but it can do local AI, and we'll get into some of that. This is probably one of the craziest features, and the one I am probably the most skeptical about. This is Recall. I think this is indeed powered by GPT-4o. Essentially, you have this ability to live recall anything that you did on your computer at any time. So your computer is essentially tracking you constantly and remembering everything you do on every application. Kind of like history on your web browser, but for your entire computer, and it's powered by AI. So feasibly, you could do some very natural searches. Even if you were using an app and you don't remember what it was called, you could search your history and find it. You know, it would not only be able to find the photos of your road trip, but it could also find the little videos you might have edited or something, or maybe some documents you created before you went on the road trip. Everything related to that specific topic, it could contextualize it all for you. And that is both creepy, but also really cool if it does actually work. You know, the ability to identify everything separately in the image. And of course, I mean, GPT-4o is what makes all of this possible. They also have Co-Creator, and this is the AI that sketches with you. So you can draw inside of Paint and then have it, you know, enhanced by AI. And this is something that we've definitely seen before. I'm going to go into this a little bit bit more, but it does indeed run locally on that NPU processor. So that's actually really, really quite impressive, but more of a gimmick than anything else. I mean, you're not really going to be using it to actually make projects. It's not at that quality level just yet. This is amazing. So this is live captions that are, I assume, also powered by AI, powered by GPT-4o, because it's the only real-time multimodal AI that I can think of, but you'll be able to live chat with people apparently and do translation live. So no longer will you have to do some annoying text translation. You'll actually be able to video call people and just talk to them. And I think these are just text captions, unless, it's going to be using the OpenAI voice generation as well, which would be quite interesting. Again, they didn't go too deep into this. They're just kind of showing you what's possible. And I mean, in this example, we do see it is a text generation, but it also works for media as well. So if you're watching something or trying to learn from a tutorial that's not in your language, it should be able to translate it live with CoPilot AI built right into Windows, which is pretty cool. And so they also go into CoPilot, which again, this is just a bunch of chat GPT-esque features. So brainstorm, generate an image. And again, creating an image, if you guys saw my GPT-4o video, is that using the DALL-E model or is it using the new GPT-4o image generation capabilities? Will we get access to those? That's what I'm really interested about with this one, because if you remember those samples, I mean, those generated images were incredible. The capabilities, at least in my opinion, were beyond belief. Also, data analysis, again, this also to me implies the new GPT-4o data analysis features and summarization with long context. So just all built directly inside of Windows instead of having to navigate to a separate website, which is a little bit nicer. So overall, though, big strides from Microsoft. Their partnership with OpenAI is absolutely paying off big time. Now that we have like a basic overview and understanding of everything new that's coming to Windows in relation to AI, let's get a little bit deeper because I do have some clips from the presentation. Right here, folks, is a demo of the recall feature.
To show you recall, I'd like to welcome our product leader on Windows who built this incredible new capability, Carolina Hernandez. Welcome, Carolina. Thanks, Carolina. Give us an overview of recall, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. My team developed recall to help you find anything you have ever seen or done on your PC. We leverage the power of the NPU to ensure content stays on your device, which makes the experience fast and maintains your privacy. Okay, let me show you a few ways that recall helps me. Like all of you, I am constantly jumping between different tasks throughout my day. Managing my time between a career I am passionate about, staying connected with my family and friends around the world, and the hobbies that I love. Recall helps me get through all these tasks more quickly. My family and I have been searching for the perfect dress for my grandmother, who lives in Colombia, to wear at my cousin's wedding. I've been browsing Pinterest and shopping websites for some options that I can share with her. After looking for options for a few weeks, I wanted to go back and see some of the favorite blue dresses I have found, but I didn't keep all my browser tabs open.
First thing I'd like to note here, it does seem like Recall will actually be a preview app, a beta access feature, just like CoPilot was. So again, this is promising that we're going to get access to this thing sooner rather than later. And I do actually have a date for you guys, but also it's going to be an app. It's not going to be something that is built within another Windows app. It's its own separate thing. So I actually like that. I think it'll make it a lot easier for us to use and navigate when we first test it out.
Search for blue dress, and it pulls together all the dresses I have seen. Now, Grandma decided that she wanted to get the awesome pantsuit that we shared in our Discord chat about 3 weeks ago. Now, scrolling through multiple weeks of chat messages to find that specific dress would have taken an eternity. Instead, with Recall, it was easy. I refined my search using descriptive language. Blue pantsuit with a sequin lace from Abuelita. And as you can see, Recall quickly found the Discord chat my family and I were using to discuss the options. And here it is, the dress that Abuelita liked. Recall analyzed.
Wow, okay, that's actually pretty dang cool, man. It was able to just pull up the specific Discord chat. Although I will note here that this is a Discord message inside of the Bing browser, so again, they do say it it watches everything you do on your computer, so it should be more than just your browser, but I'd love to see it working with individual apps. And does it work better in some apps than other apps? There's a lot of questions with such a broad and crazy feature like this.
Is the snapshot, and it gives me options for what I can do next. In this case, I want to click the link, which takes me back to the right web page where I can make the purchase. And now, Grandma has a gorgeous outfit for the wedding.
This is a great example, Carolina, that I think is going to show how Recall is so helpful for people.
Yeah, that was a pretty dang good example, I must say. I mean, that's incredible. It can give you this view, this sort of macro view of everything you've been working on. If you're working on different projects, it'll show you all the different processes that it took to get to this one accumulation of whatever you were producing. I definitely could see this being useful in video creation to kind of map out my progress exploring a topic or exploring different AI apps. Man, that's pretty wild.
Peacock, but it wasn't anywhere in what you were searching for. How did Recall recognize that, and what's going on behind the covers?
Yeah, absolutely. So Recall can understand that peacock is in the family of the blue hues, so it creates that semantic association that is used to help me find the dress. Recall is also essential for me at work. Like many of you, my team and I spend a ton of time collaborating on presentations and documents. For example, over the past few weeks, we have been collaborating on a presentation for a product pitch. The deck was created by my partners in the marketing team, and when I finally got around to add my content, I could not figure out where to look for the deck. I tried to remember, was the deck shared in the call? Maybe I had seen it in an email, or maybe I could go and find it in my recent files in PowerPoint. I don't really have time to spend clicking around. But with Recall, I no longer have to go on a searching expedition. I remembered in the outline, we had added a purple chart with writing, a chart with purple writing. And to find the PowerPoint, all I had to do was simply use my voice to search for that clue that I remember.
Yeah, so it's that easy. If you are forgetful about something you needed and that you worked on quite some time ago, you can use very natural language and very fuzzy, nondescript memories to go back and pull that information up, which is, yeah, again, very useful and very impressive, but does it actually work is the main question that I have. And then the second question is obviously about privacy, and we'll talk a little bit more about privacy later in the video.
In a few seconds, Recall found the deck for me. And notice that it took me to the exact slide that I remembered, saving me even more time.
This is actually a really good point. So Fiend here points out new hard drive partitions, 100 gigabyte for Windows and 1 terabyte for Recall. Everything is on local for privacy concerns. Now, in my opinion, this is actually a cooler demo, and basically what we're about to see is the Windows version of that ChatGPT GPT-4o powered Mac app. So this right here is using the voice and the vision capabilities. And again, we do have a release date for all of this, so we very likely are getting access to this stuff before OpenAI would give it to us publicly. All right, so we go and we start to share our screen in the CoPilot app with, ChatGPT 4.0.
Hey, Copilot, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing great, and it looks like you're about to dive into some Minecraft. Ready to build, explore, and maybe dodge a few mobs?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make a sword. My son plays this game all the time, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
No worries. I'm here to help you impress your son. I see you've got a crafting table in front of you, which is a great start. To craft a sword, you'll need some materials. Can you open your inventory? Just press E on your keyboard.
Yeah, do I have what I need?
Let's see. You've got some sticks, perfect for the sword's handle, but it looks like you're missing the material for the blade. You can use wood, stone, iron, gold, or diamond. Let's start by gathering some wood or stone. Shall we head out and find some resources?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Sounds
God,
very
what's that?
naturally.
Oh no, it's a zombie! Run! You need to get away from it fast. Either sprint away or quickly build a tower of blocks straight up to get out of its reach. If you can find a shelter or dig into the side of a hill, do it now. Just
That's
make
pretty
sure
cool.
it can't reach you.
All right, I think I might be safe now.
Poof! That was a close one. Great job finding shelter.
Okay, that's really interesting, man. It doesn't have that same flirty tone that the other voices do, but it still sounds very natural. And the way that it reacts to him and the way that it talks to him just gives you this feeling of like I'm actually hanging out with someone and they're watching me play this game and they're actually interested and can help me. So I kind of now I'm starting to warm up a little bit more to those Xbox Live features where it's like, yeah, you could have this AI companion that just chills with you and plays the game with you. It adds another level of like a social experience, even for a single player game. Very, very strange, but intriguing nonetheless. That's something I'd have to think more about before I really gather my thoughts on it. It's something I haven't considered before, but I'm definitely excited to try it out. That's for sure. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Would you want like an AI companion that just hangs out with you and watches you do your work, can help you by making suggestions, being like, hey, no, maybe you shouldn't format this that way, or maybe you should try this instead, or hey, I'm having this issue right now with my software, what are some things I can do about it? Just having it open on the side to help you right then and there. Man, it's got me thinking. Oh, and not only that, not only would you want it to watch your screen and talk to you, but would you also want this thing to utilize your screen? How far are we away from just having it play Minecraft for you, so to speak, or do your work for you? Do it alongside you even? I mean, this must be coming in like, what, a year? No doubt in my mind that OpenAI is hard at work trying to make that happen. So yeah, again, just diving a little bit deeper, they do have that feature directly inside of Paint where you can draw in real time and then it uses AI to enhance your image or bring it to life. And this all runs locally on that AI processor. They also have the ability to restyle or reimagine photos with AI directly on the computer. So it's cool that it runs locally, but that's about it for that. This is nothing we haven't seen before on websites. And not only that, it's been available on websites for free off and on for the better part of, 5 months, something like that. Real-time AI drawing, AI photo restyling. So cool, Microsoft, but that's not really that big of a deal. And so here on the blog post, they also mentioned that they have some integration with a bunch of apps to use this new AI NPU processor. Again, it does kind of feel like a marketing gimmick because it only is supported by these few apps. So obviously, the ones that are built into Microsoft, the restyling, the painting. Adobe Photoshop, that's actually a pretty legit one, I must say, because I do use Photoshop every day, and I know plenty of people use Photoshop all the time. So essentially, you get like a little bit of a performance advantage. What does that really mean, though? Because I can still get the AI features from Photoshop on my non-NPU Windows computer. So I don't know what the benefits will actually be. Maybe it's background removal, something like that. NPU-accelerated Magic Mask in DaVinci Resolve, that's another pretty useful one, but again, it's just one feature inside of DaVinci. CapCut also has, again, just background removal, nothing too crazy. This is extremely niche. I've never even heard of this, but I guess you can play games with like your webcam and it can watch your face or something. Liquid Text just makes annotations using AI features. This is actually the only thing that I can find that's genuinely exclusive, but apparently you can break down and remix any music track with their high quality version of Neural Mix that exclusively runs on this NPU, and that's inside of DJ Pro. But again, that's extremely niche, but it is actually an exclusive feature, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, guys, it really seems like there's some pretty incredible GPT-4o powered features coming to Windows, along with some small AI features powered by their new AI NPU processor. But the major concerns I've seen from people on Twitter are all about privacy issues. They don't want Microsoft watching them every step of the way, and Microsoft says that everything is going to be stored locally. They say that nothing is going to be sent to the cloud. The real question is, do you believe them? Because even though Microsoft addressed all of this, people are not convinced. People still don't trust them. And, I can't really blame them. And also, what if someone just hacks your computer? What if you download a virus and then they have access to everything, even the stuff you did in the past. So there's more security issues, even if everything does run locally. Anyway, so let's get into availability because that's the big deal, right? There's a lot of insane AI capabilities. This natural voice, this natural language, CoPilot that can chat with you while you do your work, chat with you while you play your video games, pull stuff up on your computer from some time ago. Well, they say that availability is starting on June 18th, 2024. And that's actually not too far away. I mean, that's like 3 or 4 weeks away. I can guarantee that we won't get those incredible GPT-4 features, the voice generation capabilities, the image generation capabilities before then. So we'll have to see exactly what we get access to on June 18th. I hope it's the whole slew of things, but I have a feeling that some of the features, especially recall, are going to be a slower rollout. But I'm really hoping that the natural language vision CoPilot assistant is going to be available at least on June 18th, because that'll be my first access to true multimodal GPT-4o. Oh, and if you're wondering how I know that OpenAI isn't going to release them, well, because on the website, OpenAI has this listed as being months away. So it's going to be quite some time before on your phone you get those demos like we saw. Now, to wrap this up, I want to know what you guys think for sure. Is this actually useful? Is it more like marketing? I'm glad to see that they are thinking about AI and they are thinking about ways to implement AI into Windows, because that's going to be important. This technology is going to change everything, in my opinion, and you got to stick with the times. You can't fall behind. And Microsoft's, again, their partnership with OpenAI seems to be keeping them ahead in the game, because Apple doesn't have anything like this, at least not yet. But then again, Apple is in talks with OpenAI about some sort of a partnership. I don't know, folks. Everything sounds really awesome, but it remains to be seen, right? Whenever there's an announcement, we say, that looks really cool, but does it actually work? So subscribe to the channel, I guess, because of course I'm going to be testing all of these features out and doing not only a first impression, but probably a deeper dive as well. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please check out my Twitter for live updates and live reposts for stuff like this, and also check out the Discord, because the community on there is fantastic and they jump on everything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.